Orion, king in the woods and master of the wild hunt, is reborn anew. On the eve of the vernal equinox, the elite wild riders select a candidate to bear the mantle of the immortal elven king for the year ahead. Now that Queen Ariel has done her secret work, Orion storms back into the world once more. As ever, he immediately calls a wild hunt to clear the forest of undesirable outsiders. The herald of the hunt sounds the horn, signaling the elves and forest spirits to fight in Athelorn's defense. A primal urge to expel the forest's enemies that none can ignore. Orion will now behave more aggressively, as if he wasn't aggressive enough already, toward his neighbors. Yay! Yay! Wonderful! I like it. Not. Okay. Oh, the Midnight Aristocracy. Helfen. Second in infamy only to Castle Drakenhof, Helfen is the center of zombie activity in Sylvania. In ages past, the tribes of men who scratched a living from these lands used to bury their dead in this swampland in the east of Sylvania. When the great warpstone showers came, Helfen boiled, churned, and fumed, and spewed forth a multitude of dead from centuries past. Rotted corpses draped in mud and weeds erupted from the threshing mire and engulfed entire villages. It was to Helfen that Manfred finally retreated when his campaign against the Empire faltered and failed. In the middle of the blighted marshlands, he turned at bay to confront his pursuer, even as the Imperial army trudged through the mire. Grasping hands from the chill waters dragged soldiers to their doom, while at night sentries were lured to their deaths by flickering ghost lights. Fully a quarter of the Empire's army died in Helfen before they even saw battle. Nearly as many deserted on the hideous march in pursuit of the vampire count as former comrades returned in the darkness to attack the camps. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So you are marching through marshes, your people die, then they attack you, and then oh my goodness. Oh, that's terrible. Trapped by the dark magic, unleashed in the battle, these poor souls still wander the marshes as stumbling zombies. These foul creatures remain to be harvested like rotten fruit, and so Helfen remains a haunt of vampires and necromancers, seeking to control the undead hordes of the swamps. Oh, the Imperial Palace. We have a lot to read and do in this round. We also confederated one of the factions. We're going to do that next. After reading. Yeah, definitely going for Guardhouse. Tempelhof, perfect. Drakenhof, fine. Yeah, that's okay. I'll quickly check Steingart file. Okay. Overshadowed only by the Cathedral of Sigmar. The Imperial Palace of Altdorf is a massive, elaborate building standing near the middle of the great city. The palace is home to both the infamous Reichsguard household guards and the great Emperor, Karl Franz himself. The Emperor's court is always filled with nobility from across the Empire, and is a hotbed of political intrigue, social maneuvering, and hedonistic frivolity. Due to its long history, the Imperial Palace is a very complex building. Parts of it have been built and rebuilt, others added on throughout the years. Nearby administrative buildings have sometimes been connected to the palace and eventually became part of it. The Imperial Palace includes a medium-sized garden, which includes statues of the Empire's heroes from both ancient and recent times, as well as the Imperial Zoo, located on the palace grounds. One notable room contains a mosaic mappa mundi of the Empire, called the Great Chart, inlaid on the floor. Various A bit like in Game of Thrones, on the ground, in the Red Keep later on. That was a cool feature. Various geographical features are represented by opulent materials such as lime wood, copper, and brass for the borders of the imperial provinces, and rosettes of oak or maple wound wound with gold wire marking the locations of city-states. Another notable structure is the Volkshalle. Oh my goodness, that's a bad name. It is here that the electors meet to elect the emperor, and here that the newly elected emperor is crowned. I want to give a bit feedback about this word, why I stumbled upon that. I've seen a lot of documentaries about Nazis, and one thing that was mildly interesting about the Nazis was they weren't only maniacal mass murderers, they were also people who wanted to build giant buildings. If there was a project, an architectural project that was beyond limits, extraordinarily big, Hitler was a fan of that. For example, once he planned a project called Project Atlantroppa, where he wanted to completely drain the Mediterranean Sea with dams, giant dams. And another ginormous project, of course all of that the Nazis already planned and partially executed whilst raging a war. That was also one of the reasons why the Nazis lost the war. They weren't able to focus on something. They had 6,000 projects going on, besides murdering innocent people. One of their projects in Berlin was to destroy half the city and rebuild it. Of course, Hitler wanted a grand city called Germania, the most technologically advanced, glorious city in all the world, the center of the world, blah blah. So that was part of his plan, and that is also why the so-called Siegessäule was removed and replaced. Or not replaced, it was moved. One day, when Hitler had birthday, Albert Speer, in a night, you could say in a night quest, moved this giant statue in his honor. That was a ridiculous endeavor. And on that street, in a straight line, where now stands the so-called Bundestag, the parliamentary building of Germany, Hitler wanted behind that, back in the days it already existed, called the Reichstag. It's an old building of the Weimar Republic and the Emperor's time before that, or the Empire's time. So the building is relatively old. And behind that, Hitler wanted to build a giant hall called the Volkshalle. Volk is German for people, so the name is just Hall of the People or People's Hall. And this hall was to be the biggest hall in the world, was to be ginormous, fitting hundreds of thousands of people. And in order to test if the soil of Berlin, which contains relatively much sand, was even fitting, able of withstanding this enormous weight, Albert Speer and other Nazi architects and designers, they placed giant concrete blocks randomly placed around Berlin to find out if the soil could take it. And many of these, that's why I'm going with this. If you whoever to Berlin and walked randomly around the city, you might have stumbled upon these giant randomly placed concrete blocks that seemingly serve no purpose, and nobody bothered to remove them because they are giant. And that is a remnant of one of these Nazi projects where they tried if the soil could take the weight. And because it's just senseless, it's not even worth the resources to bring them down, because it's just giant concrete blocks. Nobody really bothered doing that. So they are still around, and they are, you could say, remnants of this mega project called Volkshalle. It's quite fascinating, actually, what the Nazis wanted to build. I mean, they were mostly mad. Their projects, they had no scale. When Hitler wanted something, there wasn't, oh, we have no money for that, or that's not realistic. No, it was only, how many people do we need for that? 50 million? We're going to get them. That was Nazi thinking. It was absolutely maniacal. They had no economical sense. It didn't matter if something made sense. If one of the Nazi officers wanted it, they just did it. And because they had no now restrained, some of their projects are, as I already said, quite fascinating. There are a lot of documentaries about their partially secret or non-secret mega projects, and yeah, if you're interested in that stuff, just watch these documentaries. They're fascinating, and also it's just my goodness, so much energy wasted. I mean, imagine if you have such a mega project, you can't be that stupid. Okay, I need to break another lance. Sorry that I'm diving into this Nazi topic, but I need to get a message across, which is important. There are some people who claim that Nazis were stupid, but they weren't. A lot of Nazis were intelligent. And here comes a big problem in life. Intelligence has nothing to do with morals. A man can be highly intelligent, but he can also be a brutal mass murderer, raping and torturing innocent people. Do not confuse intelligence with morals. A lot of Nazis were very intelligent. That was the problem. That was why they were so effective. That was why they could achieve so much in that little time with that little resources. Because they were resourceful and intelligent. So the problem isn't intelligence, the problem is morals. So if you teach someone, a child, please always teach a child to open the door for an old granny. Teach him morals before you teach him to count. Intelligence without morals is worth nothing. It is more important for a society, for a civilization, to teach humans moral values. Love, friendship, brotherhood. That racism and discrimination is shit. All of these values, good values. And then we can think about educating them in terms of, oh, you can crunch numbers, you can go to university, blah blah. All of that is not vitally important, but it is vitally important to teach morals. So, enough of that. It is here that the electors meet to elect the emperor, and here that the newly elected emperor is crowned. Province Talabak. Oh my goodness. Why is Kappelburg destroyed? Is there an enemy here that I'm unaware of? That's odd. Okay. So first we're going to remove that. We're going to remove that. That can stay for now. Kappelburg upgrade. Why not? Perfect. Yes. So we have a couple new armies. King Alric von Corden.
What does the Emperor bid?
Why do the humans have a king?
I will marshal the men.
Do we have another army? Aldebrand, Ludenhof, Riel, Arndt, Keslein, Feuerbach, Corden, Hubert, Chronicler. Wait, what? Chronicler Felix Jäger Konkrev is wounded. That's a mistake, that can't be. Ernst von Wurth. Who's the... Oh. Castle Drakenhof. We're going to appoint... Here we will appoint Gottrek Garnison. Immune to psychology. Double experience against Bretonia. Yeah, that's not going to happen. Who is the original elector count of... I need to sneeze. I'm sorry. Who's the original elector count? Talabheim. The notoriously foul-tempered Helmut Feuerbach of Talabekland is a whimsical, heavy-handed ruler who frequently finds himself at odds with his peers due to his poor judgment and irritating persona. So Helmut Feuerbach. Where is Helmut Feuerbach? Bugelhof, Fischer, Leiter, Feuerbach, no. Ah, there you are.
Yes.
Helmut Feuerbach. And where are you? Is he even... Leopold Allenstark? Let me replace him. Can we replace him with Feuerbach? You cannot replace him with Feuerbach, so Feuerbach is alive and well somewhere. Question, of course, is where are you? Where is... Oh! Oh, there he is! He has a full army. Oh, never mind. And the AI is actually using the special units that are able to make our lives nice. Right. So goodbye, King Alric. Why do we have a king? That's odd. Okay.
We're born to hunt.
And Boris Hergiger is also a new army. So we have 2 new armies. And they're both quite capable. I'm a bit surprised about that. I'm probably going to change the flagellants out and get us a couple of good ranged units.
Yes, my lord.
Before I do that, we need to finish this army here.
I will marshal the men.
We need ranged units. We need a lot of them. So, what are we going for? We're going for... Oh, Dwarf Expatriate Crank Gunners. Why not? You know, White Wolves are awesome. Seriously. How do they compare to the normal Wolfheart? Yeah, White Wolves are just better in every regard. So we're going for White Wolves, Huntsman. And we should also be able to recruit them here now. Silver Bullets. Yeah, let's go with another unit of them. Trails of the Old Blah. Empire Ranger. 3 rounds. Yeah, that's too long. Imperial Engineers. I have no idea what they are all about. Grenade launcher. You know what? Let's get them. Why not? They are the new units that we got by level 5. Structure in Altdorf. And Jägerkorps long rifles. Why not? Okay, so this army is fine. And I also want a bit of Hammer of the Witches. No. Franz is going to get Hammer of the Witches now. So Trudelkopf, you're going away. Franz. Oh no, Franz is giving you one of the cannons. And you're giving him, I don't know, the death checks.
I'll send Schwartz Helm in my stead.
Wurzel?
Sigma's teachings. Not while I reign. This
Oh, yeah, there's a problem with the warbands.
not take me for a fool.
Gets a bit buggy sometimes when I all try to fit somewhere and the game doesn't understand why I would accept such madness. Okay,
Bring me to my men.
so Franz, you're going...
And Emperor.
Oh, I need to get rid of the... Yeah, sorry.
Who called
I was about to say what the heck is going on. Oh my goodness. Yeah, the White Wolves are definitely the best unit.
Tracker of distinction.
I mean, it's not even close.
Step to it.
It's not even close.
The Empire.
So, no. Oh, we could. Hey, we can rename every unit? Nice. Okay, so we get rid of them. So now we can get the Hammer of the Witches. And I'm kind of tempted. Yeah, we're going to upgrade that, of course. Marksman training, of course. Yeah, we only have 30, so we're going to improve damage. That's great. Of course, the question is, are we going to let the cannon remain here? Do we want more than 1 cannon unit? Not really. Question, of course, is what else am I going to give him? The global recruitment is full. And even if it wasn't full, I'm kind of tempted to get these cool units with a limit. I also thought about, with the submods that I made, to give limits to certain units, but A, I don't know how to do that. I have to ask people / learn it. And B, I don't really care about that. I don't even need that. I'm kind of balancing these armies myself. Eisenbomb. Whoa, who are you? Eisenbombers. Who are you and why are you extraordinary? Grenadiers. Wait, they throw grenades? Whoa. They look pretty dope. Okay, for now,
Yes?
Is there anything else that we could give him? Knights of the Black Rose. No, that's not a good substitute. We could give him Jägerkorps long rifles.
Advancing.
We're going to do that.
What?
Right.
In the name of
So now I would like to do a quest
Onwards.
battle.
How to proceed?
It's high time that we do it anyway. Okay, that's safe for now. Okay, so this works beautiful. That is fine. Yeah, let's move forward. Can you please... Boris? Boris? Graf! Boris Tottenham. Oh no, he's a Graf. So now is he Count. The name changed. Because time passed. That's also a modification that I got. So now he has a steam tank. Ooh. What am I going to do with him? Yeah, definitely ambush success chance. Recruitment, why not? Okay. He sits in a steam tank and he even has this wonderful, wonderful animated model on the world map. Whoever made this mod, well done. Nice. What is not nice is that we have a titanic problem around here called the Dark Elves are bothering us.
Garrison duties. Huntsman General.
Where did they all go? Oh. How did they... In one round? These buggers.
The nation calls.
Okay. Level 1, level 8. Yeah, we need level. Who's the highest level that we have? Level 8. You know what, Curtis von Würthbart? It's time for you to do the work of God. What else can I do here? None of that really matters right now. Yeah, let's reduce recruitment costs, less attrition when we're under siege. Headhunter. Trying to improve the army. Spell resistance, missile resistance. All of that is kind of fine. Can't do that right now. Local recruitment capacity. Okay. Hit points. No. Let's improve archers. Even though we're probably not going to get any. So we're probably going to have to get everything we can. And if they're going to attack us, they're going to regret that. Sootstone guns. Oh, hehe. Mortar. The legendary artillerist Benek Sootson, upon his return from a Sylvanian crusade, impressed upon the Talabine gun batteries how best to destroy the dead as well as the living. Each of their cannonballs and mortar shells are inscribed with the holy symbol of Heldenhammer and chased with thrice blessed silver. An expert in putting down the living and the dead, Benek Sootsson's guns always fire sure and true. Sootson has trained many artillery crews in this vital art, but to this day still prefers to personally fire the Hammer of the Witches. The very first cannon he ever utilized in his fight against the dead. Yeah, we read about that story a while ago. Okay, Western Post, Eilhard. Can we do anything here? No. So he's going strong. Then we're still lacking one unit. And that unit is going to become a hero. Empire Captain, yeah. Battle Wizard. We could give him a Battle Wizard. Why not? What do we have? Amber, Amethyst, Grey, Jade, Bright, Celestial, or Light. Let's give him a Celestial Wizard. Campaign movement range. But not for Parent Army, right? Anyway, let's give him Ben von Diesdorf. Ah, more to read. Oh, wonderful. Rolling Sky, Wind Blast, Thunderbolt. Yes, yes, yes. The Comet. What, the Comet? The Comet. No, the Comet of Power is the symbol of the Celestial Order which is made up of wizards who study the lore of the heavens that comes from the wind of Ashir. Celestial wizards, also known as astromancers, spend most of their time gazing into the night skies, plotting the movements of astral bodies. They are experts in divining the future, and the most powerful of the Order can even scry portents by peering into crystal balls. Celestial wizards are equally feared and respected for the awesome powers that lie at their disposal. Their spells are able to call lightning from the skies and summon meteorites to smite their enemies. The 16 towers of the Celestial College are the tallest buildings in Altdorf. A shimmering dome of enchanted glass encloses the peak of each spire. Information gathered from these towers is fed into a vast magical astrolabe, at the heart of the college that spins on the head of a mystical silver needle. From this, the masters of the Celestial College read the myriad signs and portents in their bid to understand the Empire's potential futures. Damn, Warhammer is awesome. Midnight, okay. Kronburg, do we have anything to do here? That's a no. No, I want Nuln for its special buildings. So when Wissenland approaches us for Confederation, we're immediately going to say yes. Please.
What does the Emperor bid?
Okay. Now, the question of the questions. Do we do the quest battle? Yes. So I'm going to end the episode. When next we meet, we're going to do... What's the first of the quest battles? I believe the Silver Seal... No, not the Silver Seal. Wait, what is the first quest battle of... quests... Oh, it is the Silver Seal, okay. And after that... We're going for the next quest. I know that Gamaraz is the last quest battle, of course. So until we meet again, we're probably going to make one episode with all the battles. Maybe two, depending on how long they take. But with a buffed car fronts. With a bodyguard strong enough to obliterate most of their enemies. Well, 1,000 coins. Jeez. He's an expensive one. What is that? The Shrine of Urson. An ancient enduring symbol of the courage of the Kislevad people. Since Urson's absence, the bear's cult's influence has lessened as the Great Orthodoxy affirms more control over the holy site. Are there even small bears carved into the wall? Oh, attention to detail. What else do we... Oh, there's even a little tower there, and a little vase, and a waterfall. Sorry, I'm just having fun with this game. Oh, they are horses. What are they doing there? Why are they ginormous? Okay, until we meet again with the quest battles.